that's going to be it for the right-handed Woody Williams tonight.
Pitching is definitely a field position, and I don't know what the reasoning was. A lot of it has to do with just couldn't get a feel for the zone and couldn't feel for the ball. We realized that this is a unique situation that you don't let go too far, and we had to go to the bullpen early.
But this was not a feel-good situation for Danny Herron either.
Bases loaded, facing Orlando Cabrera. Into left field, a base hit. 1 run scores, and that makes it 6-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ramirez grounds that one deep short. Renteria tracks it down, throws to second. Got the force there, but another run is in to make it 7-2.
That's how it stood in the top of the 4th, where the Cardinals continued to show patience at the plate, knowing full well that knuckleballs tend to flutter out of control.
Here's a 3-1. A leadoff walk.
With a 7-2 lead, last thing in my mind as a catcher is we don't want to walk anybody.
Back-to-back walks, back-to-back high fastballs.
So let's throw fastballs here. You're going to throw a ball that's about 75, 78 miles an hour. It's a ball that he should be able to control most of the time.
But Boston was still committing cardinal sins, and St. Louis took advantage.
Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch is hit in the air into right field, not very deep. Nixon is there, tagging Edmonds. There's the tag. Throw to the plate. They have a play at third. The wild throw by Millard goes into the dugout, and the Cardinals get a gift run. It's 7-4.
Ground ball runner trying to score. Miller will fire on the first base to get the out as another man crosses the plate. Womack is in. That makes it 7-5.
Terry Francona had seen enough, and Boston was able to escape further damage in the 4th. By now, both bullpens were locked in, and the score remained 7-5 until the 6th.
And Walker stumbles, but he made the catch.
That's when Boston on this cold night played hot potato once again.
Breaking ball is bounced slowly up the third base side. Bronson Arroyo, wild throw to first base, and so Taguchi is given second base.
A double by Edgar Renteria made it 7-6, and up came the sizzling Walker.
That is a fair ball. That's going to tie the ball game as Trot Nixon goes to get it 7-7, and Walker is 4 for 4.
To come back from down 5, tie it up. We picked up some momentum there. It was a good thing for us. We're not going to give up no matter how far ahead or behind you are. Till that 27th out's made, you got to keep going after it.
But the Red Sox had the same philosophy and applied it in the 7th.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a shot into left center field for the base hit. Here comes Bill Horn with a go-ahead run. Edmonds' throw to the plate will be offline, and the Red Sox lead it 8-7.
Hard hit, and that comes up and catches Womack. In to score is Cabrera. It's 9-7 Boston.
Boston had regained the lead, and the Fenway faithful let out a momentary sigh. But Red Sox fans are always waiting for something to go wrong. And when the Cardinals put 2 on in the 8th, Francona called on his closer.
Get a man, folks, let's go, shut it down!
And that's when the fans' worst fears became reality.
Marquis at second, Cedeno at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded into left field, a base hit. Marquis will go to third, and the ball is overrun by Manny. Now Marquis, who had stopped, heads home. Here comes a throw. Swings! Manny came in and overran the ball.
Swing, a little pop-up, back up third. Coming in Ramirez, not a good outfielder. He slides and he misses the ball. Cedeno will score, and the Cardinals have tied it with a chance to take the lead. Ramirez, 2 errors in the inning. You know what it was. It was the curse.
Was it? Was this just another chapter in the book that says that Red Sox fans must endure agony every stinking time they get this close to the prize?
It was such an ugly game. We had some mishaps. We threw the ball around. Manny kind of had that car accident out in left field. Well, you know what? Whatever we need to do, you still stay at it.
It's 9-9 in the 8th. The Cardinals have never led. Varitek rounds to the left side. Renteria can't make the play. Varitek is on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
The Cardinals' first error of the game brought up Mark Bellhorn, simply looking to keep the inning alive.
Tavares with a long set deal. A high High fly ball deep down the right field line by the pesky Pope. Home run! Homer's in his third straight postseason game.
Bellhorn, man, I tell you what, he's come up with some big home runs, and to take Tavares out, and that was a tough night to hit. He hits it off the top of that foul pole. It was a big home run at that time for us.
Those situations, you're really not thinking about anything, and that's kind of what I was doing. I knew it was, pretty big. Once he got me with 2 strikes, just kind of trying to put the ball in play, and sometimes when you do that, you just kind of let your natural talent take over.
The Red Sox lead it 11-9. Can you believe it?
And Folk made certain that Boston would not let this lead slip away.
2 down, a runner at second.
The set by Folk, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and a change up there to catch him, and it's over. The Boston Red Sox have won Game 1 of the 100th World Series. They've now won 5 straight postseason games. The final, Red Sox 11 and the Cardinals 9.
Kind of game we expected. The Red Sox hit very well, and of course they hit a couple of home runs.
Every little boy thinks, always dreams of playing in the World Series, Game 7, and winning the game. I'm not here to try to be a hero, just here to try to win 4 games.
It's October, man. You will see a lot of pitches already, so if you're not ready to go by October, you should go home.
Unbelievable game here tonight. 20 runs, 24 hits, and 5 errors.
And that was not an instructional video to send to the instructional league or something. That was a little rough. We did some things wrong, but we persevered and we won. And we set out to win today, so it's really a great day.
Well, it's one game, you don't expect to sweep somebody in the World Series, which we hope that we don't get swept now that we've lost one, but it's only one game.
Tomorrow, Cardinals will try to even this series before it heads back to Busch Stadium in St. Louis.
Party here last night when the Boston Red Sox beat the St. Louis Cardinals in a offensive record-setting night. It was unbelievable.
That's what it's all about, boys. That's what it's all about.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fenway Park for Game 2 of the 2004 World Series. A cold and misty night as the Red Sox try to make it 2 straight over the Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals have their hopes riding on the right shoulder of Matt Morris.
For the first time in his career, he's working on only 3 days of rest.
I think the last time I pitched on short rest was a wiffle ball game when I was 10. But there's nothing to rest for is the whole point, It's all or nothing right now.
Matt would be opposed by Curt Schilling, who was dealing with something much more serious than short rest.
Everybody wondering about the ankle of Schilling.
When I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, I couldn't walk, I couldn't move. I, honest to God, did not think I was going to take the ball today. I didn't think I could.
Curt Schilling's ankle could be a problem.
There were signs every mile from my house to this ballpark wishing me luck.
The doctor, Bill Morgan of the Red Sox, able to sew together the dislocated tendon in his ankle to keep it from causing him pain.
It's not a non-invasive procedure. That's what we were afraid of. But once we anesthetized the area, he felt better, and being the gamer that he is, he just said, well, we're going to go out and do it.
He's done some jogging and stretching, and it looks like it's in a go mode right now.
He brings that bulldog mentality to the field, and everybody in the world knows he's hurting. But, he's going to go out there, he's going to give you everything he's got despite that.
So we'll all keep a close watch on Schilling's bloody Red Sox, and Schilling hopes that he has enough painkillers to numb the Cardinal hitters.
And he certainly got off on the right foot, with a little help, that is.
Caught right at Miller.
Schilling pitched a scoreless first. Now it was Matt's turn to try. He got the first 2 men out, but these Red Sox hitters showed their trademark patience.
Back-to-back walks. And a scoring opportunity for Boston here in the first inning.
2-out walks have hurt the Cardinals. We draw the tough walks, we get the pitch count up, and those are all intangibles to set up for the guy getting the hit.
There's a high drive out toward the triangle, deep right center field. It's off the wall at the 420 marker. Ramirez scores. Ortiz scores. Varitek slides safely. A triple for Jason Varitek.
I've hit a few triples, but they have to be placed pretty good.
I was just fortunate that Edmonds, as good an outfielder he is, he's got a chance to run down about anything. And the ball fell in, hit the fence, kicked, and then we were able to get the extra base.
And the Red Sox strike first again.
The Red Sox are 7-0 this postseason when they score first.
Matt Morris losing command of the plate as Schilling has some room to breathe here.
The ankle didn't seem to pose a problem, for Schilling was in complete command.
Struck him out. Schilling with the splitter.
He shut the Cardinals out until the 4th, when Boston once again was bedeviled by its defense, with 2 out and Pujols on 3rd.
Ground ball hard hit, knocked down by Miller out in front of him. He cannot recover and the run is in. St. Louis is on the board.
Boston's been charged with 6 errors in these first 2 games.
But they made up for their miscues with their bats, as Miller doubled to right to put runners on 2nd and 3rd for Game 1 hero Mark Bellhorn, who'd been outstanding in the 9-hole.
Center field shot, Edmonds back, it's over his head, and it's up against the fence. 2 runs are in. Bellhorn strikes again. That makes it 4-1 Boston. They've scored all their runs tonight with 2 out.
Schilling's got a 4-1 lead with which to work now. There's a swing and a miss by Anderson. Strike 3, and Schilling busted a 91-mile-an-hour fastball by him.
Right now, as far as we're concerned, he's just competing, and I don't think there's anything physical that's going to hold him back right now.
Schilling hobbled a bit, but he's still out there with a 4-1 lead. That medical procedure to attend to the ankle of Curt Schilling seems to have worked, but most of it is the heart of Curt Schilling.
You see a man that does that to his body for the sake of a city, you, a teammate. That just shows you what he's made of.
It's as if the Red Sox fans hang on every step he takes with that tender ankle.
That ankle giving him lots of trouble, but he's back for more here in the 6th inning, and the question is, how long will he be able to go?
Curt answered that question with each passing inning, shutting down the heart of the Cardinals lineup.
Changeup struck him out swinging.
Fact is, Walker, Pujols, Roland, and Edmonds went 3 for 15 in the game.
Struck him out with a splitter.
This guy is a warrior, and that's why we brought Curt Schilling here to help us, get to our dream.
Schilling persevered into the 6th inning, this in spite of a defense that once again was making an abundance of mistakes.
Round to the 2nd, over to his right is Bellhorn, and he overruns the ball.
It's unbelievable. So another 4-error night for the Red Sox.
This is hard to imagine in a World Series.
That's because no team had ever made 8 errors in the first 2 games of a World Series. But nothing faced these Red Sox. Nothing.
We did a great job of setting it to the side and not worrying about it.